Morning, everybody. This week's parsha is Parshas Vayechi, and this is expressing the end of the life of Yaakov, as he asks for his son Yosef to come to him. He wants him to speak with him, and he makes him give him his words that he will, after he passes away, he will not leave him in Egypt and bring him to burial in the proper burial spot that he has waiting for him in the land of Israel at Maras Machpelah, together with his parents, his grandparents, and where Adam and Eve are. And then after Yosef says, yes, I will do it, he says, no, I want you to swear to me. Not just give me a word, I want you to swear. He swears, and Yaakov tells Yosef a couple of things in history which seems like that he's telling Yosef, I don't want you to be angry with me. You're making me schlep. I'm making you schlep and go all the way up to Israel, all the way to Maras Machpelah. Not just Israel, Maras Machpelah, special place. And at the same time, I did not do this for your mother. Your mother's buried in Israel, but she's not buried in Maras Machpelah. So there needs to be a justification over here. I mean, Yaakov is making Yosef go all the way, but perhaps it seems like he didn't do that for his wife and the mother of Yosef. So it's explained that Rashi says this, and Rashi explains that Yaakov is explained to Yosef, I didn't do it not because I was lazy, not because I didn't want to go through the process of going all the way up there at that time, but rather this was a hira'ah. This is an advice that I received, a message that I received from Hashem. And it's explained that Rachel, where she is buried, this will be on the way when the Jewish people will be exiled later by during the destruction of the temple. And they will pass by her resting place and they will cry out to Hashem and daven. And she, by having all those tefillos by her, she will cry out to Hashem, and Hashem will respond to her. Based on her schus, based on her merit, to respond to her. And Hashem says, Yesh sachar lipulasech. There is reward to your accomplishment. So this is based on what it says in Jeremiah, that Yirmiyahu talks about this and says this. So, in a sense, there are two different things that's going on over here. There's a couple. One person is buried in the Maras Machpelah, that's Yaakov. Rachel is not. Each one is doing something that's seemingly according to Hashem, and how does that work out? That's two different paths. So it's explained that really this story really represents every Jewish marriage. And not just a Jewish marriage, but marriage in general. What is the defining role of the man, of the husband? What is the defining role of the woman, of the wife, of the mother, of the family? The mother, her job is to take care of the family. And she sacrifices herself and she gives up from many, many things to be able to do that. There's no day, there's no night. You could get a babysitter once in a while, but pretty much the dedication and the responsibility and the devotion is the woman, is the mother of the house. She's devoted to do that. She does not have the responsibility to do all the Torah mitzvahs that a man has, because she has a bigger responsibility. She is the one dedicated to serving and to bring up, to educate, to take care of the children. The man, on the other hand, he is more searching for his own personal growth. And to accomplish that, he needs to have the Torah mitzvahs. You got to work on yourself to become better in all different aspects of your life, spiritually, whether it is in business, how you run your business, what it is that you have to be honest about, so on and so forth. There's all different things. B'chol drachecha de'ehu. In all your ways, you have to know Hashem. Every single thing that you're dealing with, you got rules and regulations how to do it to elevate yourself. The woman doesn't have these obligations in many things. That means she doesn't have to do what the Torah says. These things don't come into play for her in most cases. So what happens is there's a greater dedication that the woman has to God by humbling herself, and the words are mesiras nefesh, self-sacrifice. She's giving up from her life, not for her own completion, for her own status, for to do what she's going to gain, but to do what she needs to do to take care of the children. There's a mesiras nefesh, self-sacrifice. The man is less self-sacrifice, more upgrading. You always have to upgrade your phone, upgrade this, upgrade that, upgrade Windows. There's whatever you're doing, you're always upgrading. There's upgrades. And what happens is, this is on a spiritual level why the Judaism of the child is connected to the mother more than the father. So of course, the mother is the one that carries the child, for 9 months. So, it makes sense that if you have to choose between the two sides, it's the mother more than the father. But here there's another lesson on a spiritual level. She is the one that gives the mesiras nefesh, the self-sacrifice to the child. To understand that there's a dedication in what you're doing, and you're doing something in your life, you have a calling. And this is what we learn from Rachel, the mesiras nefesh, until the point that Hashem says, I've heard your prayer, that you're crying out for the Jewish people. Yesh sachar lepulasech, there's a reward to your accomplishment. She says, you know what, I'd rather not get buried in the top spot, the VIP place. I'd rather be for my children. Not only when she's alive, she, as a woman, she gives up for her children, but even where to be buried, I'd rather be here because then I could help the Jewish people in the future. Meshavu vanim likvulo. Hashem says, and your children will return. Your accomplishments, your prayers do have an accomplishment, and your children will return eventually to Eretz Yisrael, to Israel, to the Promised Land with the Beis Hamikdash. May it be so. B'kara mamish. Amen.